Now, the recording session for this time was 3 hours, and after cutting all the unnecessary footage, it was brought to 1 hour and 45 minutes. It will likely be the same length as usual once sped up, and I record the audio, but some of the fights were so long in this one, so yeah, I hope you enjoy it, but god damn was this a long fucking recording time. So, the first location we are off to is the Boneyard. After getting all prepared at the hub, this was the next closest location, and the Brotherhood wouldn't let me in as I didn't have their holodisc from the Glow yet. Arriving at Adytum, the place looks like a concentration camp, let's be honest here. Speaking to Caleb, the first person I see, he tells me that the town is run by a guy named Zimmerman, and the guards I see around the place are regulators, which act as a police force for the town. Caleb informs me of the other people residing in the Boneyard, the gunrunners up north who sell various weapons. To the west, there's the Blades gang, and to the south, there's the followers of the Apocalypse. Even further than that is the Children of the Cathedral, run, well, by the Children of the Cathedral. I killed their little outpost in the hub, though, so I figured I shouldn't go there anytime soon. Now, running around talking to the Adytowners, one of them says that they would get back to the hub if they were me. So I'm not sure how happy these people are, though that must come with living in one of Mein Führer's train stations. Talking to Zimmerman, he says that the Blades gang has killed his son and he wants me to take out their leader, and upon completion he will give me 2,000 cows. Now, I never turn away free money, so I accept and continue talking to the other people in town. Now, though, he does say some strangely convenient atrocities the gang committed, without him seeing the actual disasters. Like a man was shot dead with bombs strapped around him, yet no one but the regulators saw the actual body with the bombs. Then I meet a man named Smitty, who is the local blacksmith around town. Nothing too interesting about him, but he does cast and reload bullets, which they can trade to the hub. So, that's good. Following that, I meet another person in a tent. He says that the people of Adytum suffer because of the regulators, though he believes it is a good trade-off to live in a safe place. Following that, I meet a man named Miles, who reloads the casings to give to Smitty. Following him up in conversation, he tells me that their hydroponic farms aren't working. So I offer to fix them, which Miles is happy about, and tells me to go speak with Samuel for further help and information. Samuel informs me that he sent someone out into the Boneyard to look for parts, and the last transmission he sent them, they had found the parts, though that was a week ago, so he presumes that they're dead. So I get my lead on where the parts are. Going to the Blades, noted by their ad sign outside their base for razor blades, I decide to meet their leader, who is a very beautiful woman by the name of Razor. She tells me that the regulators raid their group, taking the men to work as slaves, and even kill some to bring to Zimmerman as proof that they are raiding the town. Even Zimmerman's son, who found out the truth about the regulators, was not spared this fate, as the regulators killed him upon learning he tried to tell his father the truth. They would get some weapons from the gunrunners, but sadly, the Deathclaws are in the way, and they simply can't get to them. So knowing what I have to do, I agree to help the Blades get the weapons from the gunrunners. But before approaching their abode, I see the followers of the Apocalypse to meet someone by the name of Katja, and add another companion to my quest to restore water to my vault. Then I meet Talius, a former Vault 13 dweller. Talius was the first person that the Overseer sent out to get a spare water chip when the water purification system first started acting up. But, as you can see, Talius never returned, and without the spare water chip, we were sent out when the water chip fully broke. He speaks of a place called Necropolis, which has the ability to purify a lot of water. So maybe that is one of the places we should head to next. He also speaks of a spy amongst the followers of the apocalypse sent by the children of the cathedral. However, this happens to just be a cut content quest, and I can't actually do anything about it. Then, making my way to the gunrunners, I pass through the Deathclaw playground, having to sneak around the deadly beasts. I then see the guy carrying the parts for the hydroponic system, which I gladly pick up from his corpse. Shame that he died, though. And I manage to make it to the other side, having avoided the Deathclaws with my crew. Meeting the gunrunners, they have a moat of acid right outside their warehouse, and upon asking to come in, they let me. Now I meet the head of the gunrunners. He informs me that the Deathclaws are impeding their ability to go out and sell stuff, and no matter how many people he sends to deal with them, more keep coming. So I offer to help him, and in exchange he gives the Blades some weapons. Making my way to the Deathclaws, I kill them one by one, in a very grueling battle. However, we managed to get it done without breaking much of a sweat, thankfully. However, there is a basement in the playground leading to something worse than I could ever imagine. The Mother Deathclaw is a grueling fight. Being in the low light level conditions, all my team's accuracy is down and we can barely manage to hit the thing. And even when we do, the damage she does to me is tenfold. So I die, not just once, but twice. Hell, even 3 times.
The darkness of the afterlife is all that awaits you now. May you find more peace in that world than you found in this one.
So I give up. I'm not Rambo. I'll come back though, they'll see. I figure it's best to return the hydroponic parts now anyways. Miles gets me to give the parts to Smitty so he can weld them into a workable condition. Then I go back to Miles, who gives me a bunch of stim packs for my troubles. And now it is time to take on the Deathclaw again. After some tips, I take the buff out and Psycho I was holding on to that I got from the hub. And with that, I take the fight to the Mother Deathclaw once more. I shoot it in the eyes and go back a couple spaces. With my group surrounding it, they manage some pot shots. The Deathclaw only manages a few damage each time. With the amount of Psycho in my body, I'm practically invincible. And so me and my group take down this beast and rid the Deathclaw playground of any Deathclaws again. I also shoot their little egg babies. Should've made an omelet. Unfortunately, the Psycho in my system made me retarded, so I'm unable to approach the gunrunners. So I decide to sleep it off in the Deathclaw playground, cleaned out of course. I wait until I'm, not fucking retarded. I also level up, putting some points into speech and lockpick. So finally, getting to speak with the leader of the gunrunners, I ask him to give me the weapons, the Blades, which he happily agrees with. What happens next is probably one of the most annoyingly long fights in this game. The Blades want to fight back and free Adytum from the evil regulators, and of course I oblige in helping them. But God, this fight takes so long. Just for you, I will put it on 20 times speed and let you watch. I had to go through this twice on normal speed, so this should be Weenie Hut Jr.'s level of watching this play out compared to me. Finally, with the battle finished, Razor tells me that Miles and Smitty will upgrade any power armor or plasma rifles I come across. And with that, I make my way back to the hub. Of course, getting stopped by some greater mole rats on the way who want to fucking fight me in the mountains. So now I go back to the hub. Now, the point of me returning here is to gather some extra supplies, being that of some rope, because the next place we're gonna visit is the Glow.